Hi everybody! So, Christmas is up and coming and I get asked to make things a lot, and I thought because it's Christmas I'll make a couple of the things I've been requested to make. In particular, two things. One is a marine stove. Now, I had a look at the price of marine stoves. They're about $300 plus, and I thought, wow, and that's a bit steep considering all they are is a bit of cotton wool and some alcohol. So I thought I'd have a look at that first to see how we could do it, and I went down to my local store and I bought some cake tins. This is a £2.50 cake tin, 20 centimetres. I bought one of those, and then I have a sponge tin which cost me £1 and it's 20 centimetres, and I bought 3 of those, and I bought this which is a trivet that I saw sitting next to the cake tins, and that was £1.50. So I've spent a grand total of £3.50, £4, £5, £6, £7, £8. A grand total of £8 on the materials, and we're going to see if we can turn that into a marine stove. Then we're going to take that marine stove and turn that into another kind of stove that I was asked to build. And this one's really interesting. It needs to provide light, heat, cooking facilities and run off possibly the cheapest fuel there is, and that is waste cooking oil, and it needs to be in a tent. I thought, yeah, that's a bit of a challenge, but an interesting one. So we're going to make the marine stove first, then we're going to take that marine stove and change it into the kind of stove that you could use in lots and lots of situations. So, first thing, the marine stove. What we need to do is take that, get rid of that, and drill some holes in it. Okay, I've drilled some pilot holes, now let's drill some 40mm holes. There you go. Now this is a trivet that I picked up while I was there as well. It's £1.50. It's got these little feet on it, and then it's a fairly sturdy metal grid. Cut off the metal feet and bend that metal grid at 90 degrees. Then that is a super tight fit onto the cake tin we just put holes in, so fit it. That is our cooking stove shroud. We need something going in the centre, and so I have this. It's a £3.50 milk pan. Let's cut the handle off. You want to try to retain these two aluminium things here because we'd have a hole in there otherwise. Now what we want to do is beat those flat. £1 cake tin, you'll find that it will just not quite fit. So go with the hammer, hold it there and beat it round. Your aim is just to bend that top over, because then when we turn that upside down, that will be a force fit in there. But before we put that in, we need to drill a large hole in the centre. That's a large hole. Now we cut a large hole like that, we need to round off the edges. So I just do that by eye and a lump of metal, and you just tap it gently and the edges will round over where they were sharp. Obviously changing the angle as you tap. Now it is a bit of an acquired skill to do that, so you can use a former and do exactly the same thing, but just round off the edges. You don't need to round them off, you could just file them. But I love metal work! Okay, you've done that and you've made your beautiful round edges, it's all folded over, you've bent that edge, then we need to shove it in there. Now it will be a tight fit, which is what it should be because it's springing around, and then with the aid of your trusty hammer and a bit of wood, we can force that edge down. Okay, so it might hold itself, it's certainly got quite a bit of spring, but it doesn't hurt to put a couple of pop rivets in there, and so I put 4 pop rivets around the edge of it. Okay, so that's the top of the stove done, for which we used a cake tin and a sandwich tin. That cake tin was £2.50, this was £1. Now we're going to use another one of those. But that finishes the top of the stove. Oh, the trivet was £1.50. For the bottom, we're going to use this milk pan. Now remember I said it can use just an ordinary tin. I'm using this because this was £3.50, it's a chunk of alley, and it's really basically very pretty. We need some way of fixing it still. So I've got yet another sponge tin, and this one was £1.50 instead of being £1, and that was £1, and that was £3.50. So that makes that about £6. So we can put that in there as long as we cut a hole out of this section, because that will make it fit and not slide. These things are just made that way. I picked these things off the shelf, and so what we need to do is mark out and cut a hole where the milk pan will fit, or if you're using a tin, where your tin will fit. So just mark it, drill it and cut it. Okay, so we have pop riveted that on, and now with our stove top, that makes the stove. Now, some of you might have noticed that it was a bit wobbly. Well, drill it out, put 4 M4 nuts and bolts in there. There you go, wobble cured. They act as retaining pegs to make sure that the top section stays in registration with the fuel section. Okay, so that's the stove finished. Now what we need to do, obviously, is this bit, the burner. To make this burner, remember the bottom of our cake tin? Well, drill a big hole and fold it over, like we have all of our big holes. So that's our hole. Now, it's obviously too big, so we need to cut this outside bit off and bend it over like a lid. So this is expanded metal lath. It's stainless steel. We use this all the time around here because I live near the sea, and when you use it in render and stucco, that's the stuff that you put on there. Now we want a circle of this, and just cut it out with an angle grinder. Okay, what makes this a marine stove instead of any other kind of stove is this stuff. It's mineral wool. It's the stuff that they use in kilns, actually. Now, this will get the safety sallies out. Not because there's any danger in it, there isn't. Actually, you've been in more danger cutting the tin because those edges are sharp. It's just, it's funny looking. And because it's funny looking, they're going to be going, wear a mask. Whatever you do, wear gloves, don't touch it with a stick, etc, etc, etc. Check out the manufacturer's safety data sheet if you're scared shitless with this kind of stuff. It is actually pretty harmless stuff. So, cut yourself a whole load of it and stuff it in there. Okay, the job of this stuff is to hold the fuel, to stop it slopping everywhere when you're on the sea, that kind of thing. And you just put a whole load in. Now, this stuff is particularly good, but I have heard that you can use glass fibre, rock wool. I have seen people using cotton. Then you put your stainless steel mesh on top of that, and then we put our cap on top of that. There we go. That is our stove finished. All we have to do now is put some fuel in and light it. So in the commercial ones, they have a little flap of metal as a handle on the outside, and you flap that metal over it and it puts it out. To put this out, all you do is have a piece of metal. I've got a square here, but any flap is going to do. A bit of tile, you drop it on your flame and it'll go out. Anyway, it runs on methylated spirits, ethanol, denatured alcohol, any of those. And to light it, well, light it. There we go, it's going already. I'll put the lights out so we can see it, because you can just see the blue flame right there. That's actually a thing of beauty. That's it, put it out. There you go. And to relight it, I feel like a magician on a magic show. Then of course we pop that on. and we're ready to cook. Okay, so it was 3 cake tins, £11 and a hammer, and we were able to make ourselves one of these stoves. I did look at the price of them. They're about $300 plus. So if you want to pay an extra $300 for a flap of metal to put it out an electronic starter, knock yourself out. But they are really quite easy to make. Now, we will be using this stove in a future project, but I was asked to make that. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it inspires your thoughts about it, and thank you very much for watching. Oh, please do remember to like and subscribe.